Hello and welcome to Goats and Dragons, the stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I try to kill my friends. I'm Andrew Gilbert, the benevolent dictator of Helpful Goat Gaming, but tonight I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. And I'm not alone. With me, as always, is the unbenevolent dictator of Helpful Goat, Galway, playing the tiefling sorcerer Charity.
I'm always with you.
Always with me. Adam, playing the halfling rogue Burbage.
I'm with you sometimes, but not all the time, because that's creepy.
He's not with me all the time. Lena, playing the Goliath Barbarian Stormer.
Yeah, hi.
I love how Lena never quite gets into the shenanigans that happened before her. And Jay, playing the Drow Elf Druid Wistomere.
May your heart be your guiding key.
What a Tekken 4 reference. Anyway, Fridays at 9 Eastern Standard Time, 7 Mountain, we do this episode, which you're watching now, which is a lot of fun. And you can also watch past episodes on YouTube under Helpful Goat Gaming. Also, Adam wrote a book, The Last Thing I'll Ever Write, Part 1 is the name of it. And you can find that at playsinverse.com. Playsinverse, PLAYSINVERSE.com. Also, we are affiliate, which means you're able to share and subscribe to us. And as a reminder, anyone who has Amazon Prime, you're able to subscribe for free to a couple channels, and we would be honored to be one of those. Thank you so much to those who follow the channel. We really appreciate the support. If you like what you're seeing, tell your friends, tweet us. We do enjoy to chat. Hopefully we are in the talks of getting a couple more avenues for you to connect with us. Because generally we're just so lonely. And we, Andy, get it together. Anyway, with that, let's begin tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons.
This is why I'm always with him.
It's unsettling.
Last time on Goats and Dragons, the party was captured and awaiting a lengthy trial process before the family took matters into their own hands and escaped. Through a series of impossibly lucky choices, the family has made it out of Malmond altogether and into the surrounding hillsides, their cargo and their equipment fully intact. Minus one Arisa and her horse Eri. For now, the party regains their breath and lets their guard down for even a split second. What is it you would all like to do?
Where are we?
You are in the hillside outside of Malmond. It's covered in sort of lush pine trees, small streams running down to the very, very large lake that Malmond was rested on. The sun has set. It is now night, and you still see in the distance Malmond, the giant orb spotlights are continuing to seemingly search the areas within the city limits.
If I'm close enough to see that, I want to leave.
You may continue on, certainly.
Has there been any kind of pursuit from, like, them leaving the city, or just searching?
Give me a perception check.
while Stormbringer's looking around, Charity's going to walk over
Ooh, 15.
To Vimeris
good,
and
yeah.
hand him a "We should have listened to you" token made out of a gold piece.
Thank you. I'll cherish this forever.
Stormbringer, with a 15, you do not see anyone in pursuit of you. Though you do see torches gathering outside the city as if they're going to start looking in the surrounding areas.
Okay.
But again, it's about a mile away now, and all you can really make out are lights.
Are we thinking of stopping? We should keep moving.
No, I agree. We should keep moving.
I'm in favor of leaving now.
Let's do it.
And where would you like to go? There is definitely no road up here.
Well, somewhere to our northwest, there should be the river, and the river should lead us to Wistomere, if I recall correctly from the maps. / look at the map that I have. So maybe we strike out that way.
Sure, sounds good to me.
I will take this extended silence as agreement.
Vimeris is staring the direction he wants to go, hopefully. Just follow me.
Certainly, yeah. With a 21 of Vimeris, you are able to get your bearings even at night. You've gotten a lot better at the star and the moon placement recently ever since basically the inn. You've been keeping a sharp eye on the skies.
Yeah, and there's been no time fuckery, right? I mean...
There has been no time fuckery, no. Not
Yeah.
since then, yeah. But you feel like you could probably navigate a good way around the lake and meet up again with the river if you'd like.
Do I feel like there's anything...
So again, you guys are this little circle, by the way, here.
Okay.
Oh.
Do I feel like
You're somewhere
there's anything I
within
could
that.
do to cover up our tracks a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you think you could. Give me a survival check to either try to walk a little bit more carefully and or cover it.
Okay, before I do that, just because I tried to do it on the first one.
Okay.
Guidance. I have the cantrip guidance on me. Again, weekly plug. This has become a bit, but it's also just really good advice. If you have access to the guidance cantrip, take the guidance cantrip. Free D4s. So survival check. And a D4. 19.
All right. A 19. Yeah, you're able to not only guide the party a little bit more onto some of the twigs and loose pine needle brush that makes it a little bit more difficult to track, but you're also able to make sure that any sort of real tracks that the horses are leaving behind, every once in a while you get out and cover up with some dirt and grass just to make sure it's going to be very difficult to follow you.
So what direction are we headed in again?
So right now you're kind of heading north-ish. Vimeris is trying to lead you around kind of northwest, but kind of giving a wide berth to the lake.
Gotcha. Burbage is super envious of the "we should have listened to you" token that Vimeris got. So he's gonna bank on northwest being bad. Guys, I think we should go due east. I sense danger to the northwest.
I love danger. Let's keep going to the northwest.
All right, but I'm just saying, if we encounter danger up there, I'm gonna say I told you so, and I'm gonna expect a certain something from you.
Of course there will be danger.
It's okay,
Man,
Burbage.
the
I'll
elf
protect
with
you.
three scars is in wisdom.
I'd like to make an insight check. Do I feel like Burbage is just trying to get a token out of me? And that's a 22 for insight.
Yeah. Are you trying to be incredibly deceptive, Burbage?
No, not really.
Okay. Then yes, you with a 22, you're able to tell that he just kind of wants a token. He doesn't really find.
I'll sigh. It's just you see Charity sort of sigh and like on horseback start fashioning another token.
Anyway, though.
It's
Didn't
depressing.
Stormbringer get a
Yeah,
token as
Stormbringer
well?
has one, and Vimeris has two. He has one and a golden one at this point.
And Burbage doesn't have any?
Nope.
No, because Burbage has never given us advice that would lead us away from danger.
All right, well, he's going to remember all of this.
Every time you look at me, you see me kind of looking at the coin and flipping it through my fingers. I like this coin.
Oh, I hate that.
Has everyone donned?
Oh, hey, Burbage, look at this coin.
Shut up. What's with this elf again? What's your whole thing with
He
the
murdered
elf?
my
I
mom.
forget. Oh, yeah. He murdered your mom. All right, yeah.
But wasn't your mom
guy?
kind of a mean person?
Yeah, that's true.
So,
She was severe.
I don't know if I'm going to thank him yet.
okay. We can tie him up and talk to him. We're good at that. And then you can decide how you feel.
I think we're going to play it by ear. I mean, what if he's like super old and like he's just pathetic now, right?
You can still tie old people up.
Touche.
God damn it! I want that on a T-shirt.
You can still tie old people up.
Not that I want to live by it. I just. It's so indicative of Stormbringer.
We endorse it.
No,
That's
no,
what
no.
I'm hearing.
No.
Family
Nope,
approved
street.
methods.
Nope. Chat, do not listen. This is not an advice show. Oh my god! All right.
We also need the blanket shirt for just like the portrait of the family, with then we are not role models.
Yeah,
underneath.
definitely not. None of you. So Vimeris and Burbage and Charity probably too. Have you taken the time to stop and like put on armor again? And
Oh yeah. What
Okay.
time
Absolutely.
for Vimeris and Burbage? They like slipped it on and just boom,
yeah,
they were armored.
There's literally 6
I
seconds.
thought I was armored by the time we were out of prison.
I suspect you were. I wasn't. I did want to double check with you, Andy.
Yes.
What all was the stuff that Galore, may he rest in peace, had? Because we have that now.
Yes. He had a bunch of gold on
Yep,
him.
I put that in the
with
stash.
his stuff. Yeah, good. Other than that, he didn't really have anything on his person. It seemed like he used the sort of dimensional chest as a way to get absolutely any sort of object he needed.
Douche.
And we don't have the dimensional chest.
You don't. That was not in the cabinets.
Oh, that's fine.
I mean, it makes.
But like, was his armor at all special or anything like that?
Nope. Yeah, he had some leather armor.
Okay.
That was about it.
So
Wait, did we strip him? Really?
he wasn't
He was
wearing
already
his
stripped.
armor yet.
Ripped. Yeah.
Like
He
he
was-
didn't have time to put on stuff.
Right. It was his belongings. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I was just double checking to make sure that there wasn't anything. So yeah, I'll just put back on the armor I've been wearing.
Beautiful. All right. So you make your way through the night. Every once in a while, coming to a pretty steep hillside that you're having a bit of trouble traversing as you're trying to not make any tracks. You're trying to be very careful as you go. So Vimeris is leading. Is there anyone specifically kind of looking out while you travel?
Yeah, I would. I'd be especially listening behind us for signs of pursuit.
All right. Give me a perception check with disadvantage. As you can't see in the dark, and so you're just trying to listen. Okay. Yeah, you do not feel that you are being followed.
Cool.
Can I do that Legolas thing or Aragorn thing where I kind of bend down and touch the ground and
You could
I
turn into a
automatically
literal,
know if there's a
yes.
horde of orcs after us?
you could turn
God
into
damn
a
it,
literal
it's D&D.
bloodhound. You're a druid.
You literally could. Yeah, you're true.
Yeah, but there's something about that Legolas pose that is like just
Do it,
perfect.
yeah.
You know?
No,
I want him to be, sexy.
brother, you can do whatever you want. This is D&D.
I'm going to do it like Orlando Bloom up in here. Let's do this.
I don't know who Orlando
What do I-
Bloom is, but okay.
You're
So
suddenly shield surfing?
you do an Orlando Bloom check.
I want to do
Right.
it, or,
Orlando Bloom is a wisdom check.
okay. Wisdom check? That's lucky for me.
You are not proficient in doing an Orlando Bloom though.
I feel like this is one, the most times that Orlando Bloom's name has ever been used as a verb. And two, the first time anyone's ever said you need to use wisdom to roll an Orlando Bloom check.
There's a lot of firsts this episode.
There is, yeah. All right, so you're I think it's a 16 without the proficiency.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think so. So your 16 wisdom roll lets you smell the grass around you. It must have just rained not too long ago, but you really don't hear anything. That's kind of a bunch of nonsense.
Just for the record, a
Yes.
17 would have made Burbage pass out from how sexy it was.
Yeah. Oh no.
Noted.
So wait, is Vimeris literally just like crouching on the ground, sniffing the grass?
And
And I'm
putting his
pressing
ear-
my ear up to it and like listening, and I'm doing all the voodoo shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like Charity is from horseback, just like, are you okay down there?
Shh, shh. Shh, shh. I'm trying to listen.
Ooh, you heard something.
Earthworms?
Ooh. There was something in the ground that time when you were listening.
Was there?
I don't know. It sounded like it.
Am I allowed to just say, yeah, there's something there. They're following us. Guys, let's go.
Of course you can say that.
All right. Guys, let's go. I think I hear them. Maris is going to get up,
It was a
upright,
deer.
and just bolt off.
But, yeah. But anyway, yes. So you get up and bolt off. Everyone's on their horse. You go at a little quicker pace as you're going. Burbage's horse starts to slide just a bit down the steep hill that you're kind of on. Again, it must have just rained because it's slightly muddy. Burbage, give me an animal handling check. That 9 doesn't quite guide your horse back up the hill just a little bit. You and the horse sort of slip down toward the bottom of it. And you don't see a very safe way up at the moment. So you're now separated by a good 200 feet from your friends.
200
With 200 feet?
Were we
no,
really going
was-
that fast up a hill?
You were going along the sort of top of the hill.
Oh, okay.
He slid most of the way down.
So, okay, did we notice him slide down?
Definitely.
Can I carry him and his horse back up?
You could, go down the hill just a little bit and try to guide them up physically, if you want.
No, literally. Can I literally carry him and his horse?
I
She counts
will
as a
let
large
you
creature.
roll.
I count as
I
a large.
know, I know. They could ride you, technically. Yes. I'll let you roll for it. Yeah.
In Great
Okay.
Albania, horse rides you.
It's gonna be
It's
an
okay,
athletics check.
Burbage. I'll save you.
It's gonna be with disadvantage because the hill is still a little slick. Trying to get back up.
As I see this, I'm just
So,
gonna
I'll
poke her
head
and
down
cast
to him.
guidance.
Thanks.
As she goes down.
Yeah.
So you scramble down the hill, then
I'm sort of leading her
Stormbringer.
horse.
athletics checklist.
I'm really pissed off at being muddy, so I'm raging. So that makes it normal.
Please describe how you get yourself into this rage without
I'm just
attackers nearby.
As I'm going down the hill, like Burbage can see this most clearly, my face is just starting to look really grotesque and twisted, and I'm starting to pant in this really angry way. I'm like mumbling, "Mud, I fucking hate mud, why are we muddy? And why am I always carrying people? And I'm tired." And by the time I'm down there, I'm just worked off into like this huge rage, and I've got my lightning going and everything.
Nice. Burbage, as she's coming down the hill, you see this you hear this grumbling. You also get the sense that it's starting to kind of spit, like that very, very fine misting rain. And by the time she's down at the bottom of the hill, and there's sort of lightning just arcing off of her just a little bit, you see that as the mist hits Stormbringer, it almost immediately evaporates, so that she almost just looks like she's smoking by the time she reaches you. And yeah, give me an athletics check with
I think it'd be normal.
guidance.
Yeah.
If you're raging, yeah. I'll say this is no disadvantage. That's good. You
also have guidance. So
Burbage does his burr bag thing and just latches onto your back, and you sort of heave the horse sort of onto one shoulder and just start trudging up this gigantic hill. Your rage is sustained the entire way. Yeah, you definitely are exhausted almost by the time you get to the top, and it's now starting to rain just a little bit harder. But you do get Burbage back up to the top of the hill, as well as his horse.
Did I carry them both? Did I carry the horse?
You almost carried the horse. Yeah, you had to basically just kind of physically push the horse up as much as you could to get him to go.
Badass.
It's not like you didn't quite potato sack the horse or anything.
There, Burbage, you're safe.
as you get back up,
My
to the top,
hero.
I'm just gonna like, well done.
Charity, give me an Arcana check.
I'll say that I don't have guidance on this because I cast it on her.
Okay.
So
All right, with a 15, you do sense a tiny bit of magic about. It's incredibly hard to pinpoint a source or even a direction. It kind of feels like it's all around, and it's so light. You just get a whiff of the magic in the air.
do I have any sense of like the school?
You don't know.
There's magic. Something magical is happening. There's some kind of magical effect going on.
Yeah, I'm magical. I told you that.
Wait, what? Says the barbarian.
Sure.
Remember how I think that I do magic when I'm
Yes,
raging?
I do.
Yeah.
Charity's just gonna like turn. There's another type of magic. I'm used to yours.
Oh.
We should we should just be careful.
Is there a direction
I'm
it's coming from?
sort of sensing it from all around me. It's very faint. I can't fully tell.
Vimeris, if you wanted to take a moment, you could probably try to tap into some of the nature magic around you and do something.
I'll give guidance to Vimeris.
All right. So make a nature
Either-
roll.
Yeah, either nature or arcana, either way.
They're the same. So I will roll an 18.
You also have guidance.
All right.
Oh, with guidance. So +1.
You can tell immediately it's the rain. There's something magical about the rain itself.
I'm gonna hold out my hand and let the raindrops hit me and just say, "It's the rain."
You get a slight sense of divination magic.
I think it's divination.
The rain is magical divination?
That sounds bad.
They're tracking
The
us
mare's
through the
not.
rain.
Do you want me to fight the rain?
No. I'd like to move quickly, though.
Okay, but no more falling, you guys.
Um,
Significant look at Burbage.
can I dispel the rain? Wait,
We
If
could
it's a
shout at
spell.
the sky.
Absolutely, you just can't quite tell a source.
yeah, no, I can't. It's probably not within
yeah.
range at all.
This is actually fairly powerful magic, yeah. To be able to, because you can like kind of look out and Charity and Vimeris, who you couldn't see in the dark, basically see sort of sheets of light rain spanning all around you. This is quite a large range.
We should assume that
This is
they're tracking us.
not good. We need to get out of the rain.
Hey. I have the Wanderer feat with my background.
Yes, tell me more.
So it says I can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around me. Since I've like seen maps of this and stuff, would I know if there was like a cave really close by? I should know exactly where we are with Wanderer.
Yeah, I mean, not even, you don't have to have actually been here even. You can tell by the formation of these hills that certainly there has to be some caves in them. And in fact, now, if you point that out, Charity, not too far away, can see a small stream exiting one of these caves that's actually downhill just a tiny bit and more northwest of you.
So,
They-
to the cave?
They'd know exactly where we disappeared, though, if this is divination magic.
We could
That's
check out the cave and
true.
see if it, like, if it's deep.
Like if it goes for a while and maybe we can lose them in the cave, come out somewhere else.
Yeah, if there's like many entrances to the cave.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that, man. No. I'm not gonna make this into a dirty joke.
Oh, Lena, props!
But
Solid.
anyway,
Ugh.
let's go to the cave.
I don't know, guys. A cave sounds dangerous. I wouldn't trust it, personally.
I
Would
kind
you
of
have a
agree. The last time we
better
went into a cave, we
idea?
found.
Wait, what happened the
What
last time?
did we find? Yeah, what?
Something
I
took your
forget.
face, Burbage.
No, what? No, I
know.
ripped off Burbage's face.
Oh, right. No, that's where we found it. The
wasn't
map.
his face. We found a second
Oh.
face for Burbage that went poorly.
Well, I also
Does
ripped off
Burbage
his
still not have
face.
eyebrows?
Yeah, are my eyebrows back?
I don't think they are.
At this point, they would be starting to grow back. Yes. You just look weird, and for some reason, even with your dark hair, they're growing back red,
Red?
like ginger. Yeah.
Ugh.
The
It's
lasting
okay,
effect of that
Burbage.
mask.
Well, like,
The lasting effect of that mask will be to give you a bad dye job.
hey, wait, do you think if we pulled out his head hair, it'd come back ginger?
I don't wish to find that out at this moment. I think that
Guys,
we should
we
focus
have
on
pressing
getting
matters.
north quickly.
Guys, I just hate this hill. What? When do the hills end? When do the mountains end? Andy, when do the mountains end?
I'm gonna point at the cave.
I mean, not for many miles. To the
I
east.
hate this,
You were just
guys.
barely into hills.
I just
We're like in
hate
the
this so
foothills.
much. I'm used to Federo, where there aren't really many hills. Stormbringer, can you just carry me the rest of the way, please?
You're on a
Yeah,
horse!
sure. I can carry you.
You're on a horse!
Yeah, but the horse keeps slipping, and it doesn't like me. This horse doesn't like me. It won't answer to my animal handling skills.
Oh.
At this, I'm just going to turn to Vimeris. So should we just head due north, get as much distance from between us and Malmond as we can?
I'll
I thought we
nod
were
as
gonna
I
go
pull
in the
out the coin.
cave. I thought we were gonna go in the cave and see if it's a deep cave.
I don't know, guys. North sounds dangerous. I say we go to the cave.
You just... If you keep hedging your bets, you're not going to get a token.
Oh,
I just
straight
hate
up.
traveling. I don't like traveling. I just want to be in a city and burgle. What's with all this traveling that we're doing? I hate it.
So, you said that Vimeris nodded when I said we should just head due north.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Charity's just going to start moving due north then.
I mean,
not
I'll
exactly-
follow.
So not exactly to the cave, just north.
No.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll pick Burbage up and follow them.
Okay.
It's okay, Burbage. Eventually you'll get to rest.
Thanks, Stormbringer. I appreciate it.
And Stormbringer, you do when you pick him up. I mean, he feels a little heavier than normal. Like he's a little waterlogged, and you just carried a horse up a hill. Basically, you're starting to get really tired, and if you don't rest pretty soon, metagame, you're probably gonna take a level of exhaustion.
We should go to sleep soon, though, you guys. I've been doing a lot of exercise today.
I'll stop. Since me and Charity were walking off. She does have a point.
We could camp in the cave.
I don't like caves.
We'll go
Okay.
in and I'll set alarm. So we'll at least know as soon as they enter the cave.
I mean, we should make sure it's not a dead-end cave first.
I don't know, guys. Rest seems dangerous.
I thought you were tired, Burbage.
Just saying, you know. Well, I've got a gut feeling about it, that's all.
Do you actually, or are you just being contrary?
I wouldn't want to be contrary. It sounds dangerous.
That's such a contrary thing to say. Yeah, I love it. So, what's our final decision? Right now, you're just standing kind of in the rain.
Well, they definitely know where we are now.
Do you think they can hear us?
Don't know, don't care. Want
I
to
don't
go
know.
north.
Okay, but we gotta sleep in a while soon, okay? But we can go north for a little.
All right, so you start heading north then. You kind of go up and over the main hill. You now don't see the large lake sort of strewn out before you.
And
Um,
sorry, kind of what I was also
Please.
trying to do with this was if you pictured our route as a line,
Yeah.
I was trying to make it deviate from going straight towards Wistomere.
I get you.
So, like,
yeah.
if they lost us, they wouldn't
Yeah.
necessarily be like, well, they were going right at Wistomere.
Yeah, so right now you kind of look like you went like this, almost.
Yeah, like we might have decided, oh, okay, screw it, this way. Or just got lost.
Cool. Or just got lost.
That would work with my spells too. So
Sounds good.
let's lose them.
All right, you start heading north now, kind of up and over and through some hills. Again, there's no road here. You're trying to be careful, so the going is slow. Stormbringer, why don't you give me another perception check as you're still trying to look out at the world around you with disadvantage because it's still dark, dark, dark. All right. There is a tiny bit of lightning now, kind of in the sky to the south of you. And for just a second, as the lightning arcs behind a hill, you feel like you saw a figure on a hill, not too far away from probably where you were, where Burbage slid down.
So, like, how far are they from us now, then? How far would that be?
Yeah, there's still several miles now to the south. But you feel like you saw a figure on a horse. But it was just such a quick flash of the lightning that you really, really can't tell. And, of course, now you can't see it at all.
Hey, you guys, I think I saw someone on a horse behind us back where we made all those tracks on the hill. So...
Yay!
Maybe it's Arisa.
Yay!
Well, she's our friend.
Does that comfort anyone?
I don't know that she is. I have questions for her if we ever see her again. But
Same.
at the moment, I'm mainly focused on there's someone behind us, and there's a lot of possibilities where that's bad, and very few where that's good.
Yeah, we should hustle.
Make haste.
So mechanically in the game, do you want to go at a quicker pace? This would lessen the tracks you could cover up.
Are we still in the rain?
Yes. It's a little lighter perhaps now, but you're still in it. Yeah.
Do I sense the same magic still?
Yeah, you still very... It's almost just like... imagine a fantastic pie on a windowsill, and you just kind of walk by it, and you just get that hint of apple in it. That's all you're getting from this rain, but it's still...
One, that was tortured as fuck. Two, now I want pie. So, god damn it, Andy.
This is now a food stream.
God
Everyone get pie.
damn it.
Sorry.
I would probably favor moving a
Chat.
bit faster now, then, and maybe if we cleared the rain, or if I no longer felt that magic, slowing down and then I'll start covering tracks again.
Okay, sounds good. So everyone give me a stealth check with a disadvantage, as you're going to be kind of booking it north.
I turn on disadvantage first. That's how I do that.
We'll roll 11.
Maris got an 11. I was going to say, I look like Charity got a 30 there. For a
Charity
second.
got a 14.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay. Stormbringer got a nat 1 on that. Burbage got a 23.
So I just re-roll a normal, right? Now it's
Yeah,
disadvantage
just
again?
one more. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's better than a 1.
It is. So Stormbringer then has an 11 on stealth. Stormbringer, you're having a hard time really being sneaky here. But so is Vimeris. So you two are Burbage especially is sort of it's like nails on a fantastic chalkboard to Burbage. Watching you guys try to be stealthy and failing pretty miserably. But you make your way very quickly north then. The rain finally starts to let up until it sort of reverts back to that misting essence. And now you notice too that there's a bit of light in the eastern sky.
Do I sense any magic at this point?
You do not get that whiff anymore.
So I would say at this point, let's cut. Maybe we should cut hard northwest for about an hour and then rest.
Vimeris will
Yeah,
nod.
I could
agree.
really use a rest. That sounds good.
Okay.
Burbage would have. I would have switched back to my horse at the point when Stormbringer was having trouble being stealthy.
Yeah.
I also,
Would have been
at this point, would say we would probably lower our speed again, and I'm going to go back to covering tracks as much as I
Alright.
can.
Good. Stormbringer, please take a level of exhaustion. As the rain has just weighted you down, and that horse raging, pulling them up a hill, really drained you. Cool. And for anyone who knows mechanically what exhaustion does is until Stormbringer completes a long rest to make it go away, she now has disadvantage on all of her ability checks.
Yeah, ability checks, not skill checks.
Yes. Cool.
Okay, clarify for me what the hell an ability check is. I know I've been playing this for a while, but
Basically, if you click one of the things like acrobatics, animal handling, etc., it won't affect your saving throws.
those say skills below them.
Oh, so they yeah, it is skill.
Skill, not ability.
Sorry. My bad.
Yeah, D&D 5e, so many wonderful things about it. One is, but two bad things: overuse of the word level, and overuse of like the word ability.
Indeed. It's funny because it does say disadvantage on ability checks, though.
Yeah, that is what it says. So
technically-
what's an
But a
ability check?
saving throw, I don't. So it is an ability check, but I don't think a saving throw is an ability check.
Yeah.
Was what we figured out the other time, because it's like there's a separate thing in it,
Right.
I think, for saving throws.
So I think it does include skills.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not saving throws, nor attacks or anything like that. Yeah, because attacks and saving throws come later in exhaustion.
Yeah.
Cool. Roll.
And that's how we figured out that we were doing frightened wrong.
Yeah,
Because
right.
frightened also says ability checks.
Yeah.
So it doesn't include the saving throw to try to get yourself out of being frightened.
Indeed. All right. And again, I've widened the circle now. You'll notice. Again, you are somewhere within this circle. You're just because you've been turning so much and been in the dark. You could be slightly lost, but you think you're definitely in this area.
Can I just do a survival check so we're not lost?
Please,
Or-
yeah. So you get pointed the right direction. Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't like the idea of being lost at all. But, well,
It shouldn't
with
be
that...
disadvantaged, should it?
Yeah, it shouldn't be disadvantaged that.
Okay.
So
My
your
bad.
survival check would be 20. You're fine.
Okay.
So yeah, you definitely feel now you're pointed in northwest direction.
Do you want another survival check from me for covering up tracks? Andy?
Yes, please. Yes.
I'm like,
Sorry.
did the question kill you?
It did.
And the D4.
All right.
16.
Good. All right. So a 16. Yeah, you feel like again you're pretty good at covering up tracks at this point.
I feel like Charity also feels like weirdly comfortable and practiced doing this. And he's not sure why.
Interesting.
But so I guess after sort of the hour of slower travel, then we'll probably.
Yeah.
I would be wanting to look and asking Vimeris, can we keep an eye out for a place where we could sleep that would be out of the line of sight?
Out of the rain.
Well, it's not raining anymore.
Okay, it's not even drizzling.
and even that is slowing down.
Whew. Okay. Yeah, sure.
I'm really tired, you guys. I could probably sleep on my horse, and you could just guide my horse. I've done it before when we were
I'll
doing
do that.
big
I'll take your
treks.
horse's rein.
All right. So Stormbringer sort of slumps forward. The horse is now being led by Vimeris, and Stormbringer slides completely off on the right side. Hits the ground. You immediately wake up and
Do I
Oh.
see a spot we can camp just nearby?
there does look to be an indentation between these two hills, and the hills themselves are evening out a bit. They're not quite as steep as you're going more north. The rain and the mist has now stopped, and you do see definitely an indentation where there should be like a little gorge. You just can't see the bottom of it from here, which means it's probably well hidden.
I'll point this out as I start bringing Stormbringer's horse with me to it.
Okay.
Okay, maybe we sleep there instead of on horseback.
I think that's a good idea.
As a Stormbringer, you jog to catch up back to your horse and then hop back on. And you sort of wind your way down into this small, kind of rocky ravine in between these hills. Actually, then, as you turn a corner and now see maybe 30 or 40 feet in front of you the actual bottom of this, there are 3 tents set up.
Hey, there's tents for us.
And you see, just in the morning light that is now peering on, someone moving around what looks to be like where a campfire would be, and you see some sparks as they're trying to light it. And again, you've turned the corner here. They're just like 40 feet ahead of you.
Okay, 40 feet ahead of us.
How many of them are there?
You only see one figure, and there's 3 tents.
And he's struggling to light the fire?
Yeah. I mean, you hear him kind of rough. Come on, man.
What?
Come on.
What do they? Well, while that's happening, what do they?
Okay, so Maris just cast Druidcraft.
I'm going to help him out.
What would you like? Okay, so
I'm going to help him out and have the fire start and see if he even notices. I'm not going to like reveal myself. I'm just helping him out, you know.
All right, so the sparks go again and the fire lights, and then very like quietly and quickly he just raises both of his hands in the air in triumph, and he's cleaning away his flint. And
what does he look like? Like, does he look armored?
He has light armor on, and he's wearing a cloak. And you see right next to him is a bow with several quivers filled with arrows.
Several? Jesus.
Yeah.
And can I tell like race, age? You said I could tell he, so.
Yeah, it does look like a he. He's pretty well built. He stands up, so he's probably now human. If not half elf, maybe.
Okay.
But that's about all you can tell.
But not a Goliath, not a gnome,
No.
not an elf,
Not a half orc,
Yeah.
not a dragonborn,
Yeah.
not a tiefling. Yeah.
And he didn't seem to notice that the fire lit by magic?
Nope. He seemed to think he did it. It appears.
Do I see
Burbage,
anyone else
your
around?
horse. Burbage, your horse goes.
Oh no.
And at this, the figure sort of turns and looks. And Burbage, you recognize him. This is the handsome stranger from the bar several nights ago.
Oh, wow, okay.
Wasn't this the one that you thought was going to try to kill you?
Yeah.
You wanted me to be all a pervy cat?
Yeah, this is the one. Do I see his friend around or like anyone else around? I'm like,
You don't see any other figures. He's the only one out at the moment. And he sort of looks very startled. Those of you with high insight can see him kind of slowly, carefully reaching for his bow and arrow. But he also says, "Well, hello. What can I do for you?" He does seem genuinely startled to see people here.
Not finished.
I'm tired.
Not finished grabbing that bow. Hail and well met, traveler.
Well, yes, you seem quite familiar to me. You were the ones that killed that big brute in the bar, weren't you?
I'm going to sort of.
In the Dapper Prom?
No.
I'm going to
No.
sort of.
Didn't kill anyone.
Be like, there was significantly more to that than there seemed to be.
We never killed anyone.
Of course
Stormbringer
you,
is
of
pretty
course you
obvious
didn't.
why.
Yeah, he wasn't dead.
No.
They said that, but there was no way he was dead.
Oh wait, was he actually not dead?
He would no, of course
He
not.
was.
Oh,
saw
I
him
really
breathing.
didn't kill him?
No.
God,
You
I
think you
felt
killed
really
him?
bad about that.
You hit him like twice with. I mean, he was.
I
a
mean, I
pretty
hit
big
really
guy.
hard. Have you
Well-
seen me?
I have now. Yes, remember? We're talking about it right now.
Charity is just kind of rubbing his temples.
I'm really glad I didn't hit him.
Yeah,
Kill him.
I'm
I hit
sorry.
him.
I forgot that I didn't say to you that the whole thing was just a setup. He's not dead.
Oh.
At this one, you see one of the tents, like just rustle, and then someone in it stands up, just straight up in this small tent, so that now the tent is draped over a figure that looks to be about 10 foot tall.
So taller than me?
Yes.
Wow.
And you hear kind of a
Hey, there's a big person.
and he says, okay, everyone, we don't need to get excited. Why don't you take the tent off and look at our friends here? Friends that surely would not hurt anyone. Yes? Right?
Right.
Of course, we would not wish to.
That's not the same. Anyway,
I'm aware.
no, okay, so this is one of my friends named Toro. And Toro Ser is his full name, but we call him Toro. He's big and a little scary at first. And you see the tent then kind of being pulled, like sort of pulled down, but it looks like it's caught on something. And then with a giant jerk, it rips, and two large horns are exposed, and then a large sort of bull face, and the rest of the tent falls around what you now see as a minotaur standing in front of you.
You're big.
I'm gonna wave. Hi, Toro.
Thanks.
We should arm wrestle, but after I've slept.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. I bet you can beat me. Most people can't, but you're really big.
Yeah, I'm very big. Yeah.
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 Charity is now blinking as if shreds of sanity are starting to fade.
Anton, is that fine if I arm wrestle the big girl? Toro, yes, whatever, that's fine. I just, remember we talked about not using names very much when meeting new people?
But you used his name.
Yeah, you called my name, Toro. Yes, true, I did. Okay, well, touche.
Do you mind if we join you and just rest?
Yeah, and then we can arm wrestle afterward.
That's fine. Are you running from something in particular? Because we certainly don't want run-ins with any sort of authority.
I'm just gonna kind of slump and look tired.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm just tired.
I'm gonna sort of point at Burbage. I'm fairly sure he's mostly running from himself.
Oh.
We're just nocturnal folk. We like to travel during the night and sleep during the day.
I don't
No,
like that.
I get it. I get it. No, Some, what do you think? And he's looking up the hill behind you. And a elven woman sort of lightly strides down the hill behind you that you definitely didn't see before. She says, they look harmless enough. We have a bit of food to spare, don't we? And Anton says, yeah, absolutely we do. All right.
I don't need any of your food.
Oh, what's that? And
I don't need any of your food.
She now moves over to you, Vimeris, and you see her just like sniff the air around you and kind of breathe you in. And she says, Druid, then.
I'm just gonna look. What is with the elves and the smelling today?
It's
That's-
how we make friends?
I feel like that's a bit racist, but we shall leave it at that. You are new friends. Well met on the road. You are welcome to share our fire.
Indeed.
Thank you.
I suspect that more what he meant was we have some supplies of our own which we could share, given that you're allowing us to share this site.
Of
Yeah.
course. Yes, that would be most welcome.
Andy, what was the name that Anton used for this elven chick?
No.
Some. Yeah, Some.
Oh, Some.
So, Burbage has been maintaining a distance from all of this, and just kind of been very silent and regarding the situation. So, Anton, is it? Now that
Aye.
we're comfortable using everybody's names, do you mind telling me how you knew mine?
You're a bit famous, Master Halfling. You do tell people your name quite a lot, and you do some rather amazing things. There's quite a lot of talk of you, and people that want you. Perhaps consider using a different name, or not being so fabulous.
Well, I did use a different name when we went into Malmond. But you're
You did.
saying that my fame precedes me.
Oh, quite, yes.
Incidentally, while this conversation is going on, Charity's like setting up Stormbringer's tent.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
And when you say there are many people who want me, you mean that there are many people who want to fuck me.
Nope. I did not. I purposely did not say that. I did not mean that.
Oh.
No, I mean like bounty hunters, specifically the one you were with in the tavern that seems mysteriously absent at the moment.
Told you. As I'm wrestling with a tent pole.
Burbage's eyes.
Those of us in the
super
trade
wide.
can recognize each other.
Wait, you're bounty hunters?
But we're after something totally different. Don't worry, we're not here to cause trouble for you.
But, so,
Nor we for you.
wait. What?
I'm now set up on.
Wait,
I'm
what?
now on
Definitely
my
do
tent.
insight on that.
On which?
We're not here to cause trouble for you.
Oh, okay. You get the sense that this is a very pat answer that he tells a lot of people, but you have no reason to dispute it.
So,
But you can tell it's somewhat of a practiced line of his.
but, alright. So what you're saying is,
Yes.
Arisa was a bounty hunter?
Was that her name? Arisa?
Maybe.
I don't-
That's what
maybe
she told
not.
him.
I don't know of anyone named Arisa, but she certainly was a bounty hunter, yeah.
And wait, was she after me? Or you're just saying that she was a bounty hunter?
She is rather good. There are certain ways to tell when bounty hunters have exceeded certain landmarks, let's say. She is one of the more advanced that I've seen.
Have you exceeded those landmarks?
We have not, no.
But, okay, so wait.
Yes.
Alright.
If she wanted you, I'm afraid you alone would be in trouble at this point.
Well, I'm not in trouble. We're not in trouble. None of us are in
Good.
trouble or running away from anything, so we're just here to
I would say that you are incredibly lucky then.
And I'm gonna now like ride up to Anton now, from the respectable distance. And one more thing, if you or anybody else in this realm expect Burbage Camp to start being less fabulous, you've got another thing coming. And I'm gonna jump off the horse in a really fabulous way.
Oh, give me an acrobatics check, please.
Gladly.
Your tent is done, Stormbringer.
Oh god, thank you.
I'd recommend
You
getting some sleep.
stumble a tiny bit on the landing, but you pull it off like you meant to do that and just start walking away.
I'm gonna just like flop down in my tent and immediately start snoring.
Okay. Somei says she's gonna do the same. She was out scouting, but that it's Anton's turn to keep watch. So he grabs several of his quivers and his bow and starts off up the hill, then again into the south now.
I'm going to begin my meditation.
Yeah, Somei says, please consider yourself safe here. Rest. Do what you need to do.
I'll hand her a ration as I eat mine.
This is very welcome. Thank you. She begins to share it with Toro.
I was gonna say actually, and then if Toro's there, I'll be like, "Would you like one?"
My own? Yeah. No, I'd love one. Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, thank you.
Do I have a tent? Get it right, my own tent. Oh my.
No, I think our tents were in the party stash. I don't remember. I think we had just maybe 2. No, we had 4.
I don't
tents.
Ah.
Well,
You're good
I'm gonna
then.
set up a tent and a bedroll for myself and start eating a ration also.
All right.
I've probably gone to sleep.
Sounds good. So Stormbringer and Charity are asleep. Vimeris is meditating. Burbage, are you watching out or are you doing your own thing?
And I'll tell Burbage to wake me up after a couple hours.
Yeah, and I'm watching out while I'm I'm hanging out, but I'm watching out. Does that make sense?
Sounds good. Give me a perception check with disadvantage, since you're drawing your
Wait.
time between several things.
Just because I said that I'm hanging out and watching out?
I mean, I assumed hanging out meant drinking, I guess, but
I think he meant he was
Perhaps
just
that was on
like
me.
sitting around the campfire and potentially also
okay.
talking, but keeping an eye on like the people around us.
Yeah, like
okay.
I'm not. Believe it or not, Burbage is not drinking.
Yeah, so Adam, you can tell me if this is right. I took that to mean you're more watching the campsite than you are watching for things approaching the campsite.
Sounds
I'm.
okay.
Yeah, maybe. Like, I mean, in general, Burbage is like still reasonably suspicious of Anton, and like the perhaps it shouldn't be an unexpected revelation to him that he's like wanted by a lot of people, but like that piece of information is like has his kind of hackles up or has him kind of on alert, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, definitely.
So
So give me a perception check normally, then.
okay.
I just like the fact that you jumped to, oh, he's drinking.
Yeah, I just assumed. All right, 17. You again are in a place where you should not have a good view, but the surrounding area is quiet. You can smell very clearly, and you don't think anything out of the ordinary is happening, other than Toro seems to be practicing arm wrestling just by himself in the corner, which, now that I think about it, is a very odd-looking image, but...
I was gonna say, he's basically slapping a rock, then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, after a couple hours, I'll go ahead and wake up Charity.
All right.
Oh wait, no. Before I do that, is Anton awake?
He went to scout around the area. He's not there at the moment.
All right, gotcha. Yeah, then Then yeah, I
share
look up
awkward
Charity.
glances with Some, who's now resting and trying to sleep herself.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna wake up Charity and then go to sleep, I guess, in my own tent.
All right. Charity, you are now awake.
I'll sort of get up and stretch. Do I see Toro practicing?
Yeah.
I'm going to sort of look. You're looking forward to the arm wrestling, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, totally.
I'm quite sure she is as well.
Oh, good. They don't let me into town very often, so I don't really get to wrestle much.
I'm going to sort of nod and like pat my own horn. Like, yeah, I know about problems with that.
Yeah, by the way, what's that? And he's pointing at Gary. And you hear Some in the corner say, "That's a shambling mound. Don't touch it, please."
I would agree with everything that she just said, and add, he's one of our traveling companions.
Oh, no way. Can you, can you eat him if you had to?
I think it might go the other way around, in all honesty.
All right on. She's always telling me I can't touch things. I don't like it.
For both you and Gary's sake, I might recommend not, but I understand that too. Sometimes things I touch set on fire.
Oh, no way. Sometimes things I touch break.
I think that's another trait that you share in common with my friend who wants to arm wrestle you.
I might be magic.
Your Charity, like, almost instinctively reaches for his temple and then stops. It could be.
He goes back to practice arm wrestling.
I'll sort of keep an eye on things then.
Give me a perception check.
I'm awake and I will also do this.
My D4.
All right. So a 9. You're having a hard time getting kind of a sense of your surroundings, but you don't see anything on the slopes of the hills surrounding you.
Okay. So after
So with my 15, the storm is gone completely?
Yes, definitely. It's now morning. You do also notice that the smoke from the fire is not visible really past about 10 feet.
Cool.
And
Cool.
this seems just kind of a weird visual thing for a lot of people, but you, Vimeris, can tell that they're burning a very particular type of wood that doesn't really release a visible smoke that easily.
I see. And I don't notice any weird lightning elves on horses, right?
Nope. No, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely not that.
So after my couple hours, I'll probably go to sleep and leave it to Vimeris.
All right. After a little bit, Some kind of sits up then as well, and you realize that she's been meditating most of this time. She sort of looks at you and says, "I don't see your kind above ground often. What brought you to the surface?"
I wish I knew.
Have you don't remember the underneath?
I was a baby.
Oh, and you've not returned.
No.
You may find it comforting. I hear that the sort of soft womb of the earth is quite pleasant when you're like you.
Do you always put things so weirdly?
I do that.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, they could both use the tome.
Have you tamed your shambling mound, or is it going to eat me and my friends if we don't watch it?
I'm gonna look over at Gary. What's he doing?
He's sort of spread out and just kind of like hugging the hill a little bit is what it looks like to you.
So he's humping the hill.
Yes.
There's no moan, right? Like,
No moaning, no. Nope. It's like the
Look at
soft
him.
rhythmic rustling of leaves, like shaka 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 shaka.
Jesus Christ.
look at him. Does he look like he's going to eat you?
No, not at the moment. No.
That's because we keep him well fed.
Oh, what is it you feed a shambling mound?
People.
Okay.
I mean, they're dead people. He doesn't eat them alive.
Oh, you do. You use him to hide the body. Oh, that's ingenious.
Right?
Would you be
If
willing
we
to
had
sell
him when we were first in Federo, and Fumaris is just going to, like, start thinking.
Okay. You stop talking there. You're.
Oh, yeah, no, that's because I switched to my inner voice.
Okay.
I was done talking to you.
So you're from Federo, huh?
Well, I mean, we set out from Federo, but I'm not from there, no.
Where do you, if you don't mind me asking, where are you from?
I'm just going to, like, wave around. I come from everywhere. I don't
know
have a-
exactly what you mean. I am too from everywhere.
We are everywhere elves.
Yes, we are. And where
Glad
are you
we-
going?
Where are we going? Oh. Right now, Wistomere.
Oh, Wistomere. I've passed through there several times.
Oh, I don't recall if I've been there.
It's a quaint town. They have the necessities. A bit of coin.
Do they have horses?
They
Not
do?
Wistomere. Does she and
Oh.
Anton have horses?
You see one horse sort of kind of lingering. Yeah.
Did you deal with the stable master there?
In Wistomere.
Mhm.
We must have, yes. I usually let Anton take care of things like that.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll ask him then.
And actually, just as you're sort of talking about this, you see Anton crest the hill and sort of jog down the side quite deftly, as if he really knows his way around the landscape. Kind of with him, a fresh, somewhat chilly breeze blows in, makes your fire flare up just a little bit, and he sort of slumps down on the ground and undoes his 3 quivers and bow and says, "Well, the area is clear."
I'll nod.
What is it you know of your small friend?
Burbage.
Aye, he seems friendly enough, though. From what
Or
I
if
hear,
you
quite
really want to
dangerous.
see him friendly, you should give him alcohol.
Oh, he likes alcohol, does he?
Oh, loves it.
That's very weird, because in town I was paid 4 gold pieces to try to get him drunk.
Oh. By who?
It was actually someone that said they were of the town guard, which they clearly were not.
Oh, we must have run into them too.
Yes, that was a troubling situation. We got out of there fairly quickly. I'm surprised
It
you
wasn't
stayed.
dangerous for you, right?
Well, no, but
They didn't attack you on the way out?
No.
Oh, I just thought they did that to everyone.
So Some and Anton sort of exchange worried looks at each other. No. That is definitely something they must have only done for you.
Oh, and I'm gonna look a little sad.
Why was the town attacking you as you left? Do you mind saying?
I think they set us up by pretending that guy Stormbringer murdered was dead.
Oh. They tried to arrest you. I see. Well, as the world has a great deal of coin and influence in the area, you probably can't be in Caholnia south of Persbury without your names being known. Just watch out, I would say.
Okay. Thank you. You don't plan on stabbing us in the back too?
We have more coin in a different venture. So...
Where are you heading?
We're heading to the borders, actually.
What border?
The border with Wigmoles.
Oh.
And Somei sort of gives him a glancing look, as if to say, shut up. And Somei, it's fine. Look at him. They're not going to do anything.
I'll smile sheepishly.
Yeah. No, we're heading northwest, so... Yeah, we have something else in mind. Though, of course, if we get this done quickly and have extra time... You say you're heading to Wistomere, huh? Are you going to stay there long? And he's kind of smiling at you.
Not really. We're just making a short stop, and then we'll be on our way. We have another matter to attend to.
Ah. Secret matters meeting in secret places. I do enjoy it.
But in Wistomere, I am looking for an individual, one who works at the stable.
They
An
did have
elf
a new
with
stable
3 stars
master.
on his face.
Of course, I couldn't forget him.
Oh, really?
Why is this?
Why can't you forget him?
He had a very distinct look about his... he was new, they said. A new stable master, yet seemed to command a respect from all beasts of the area. I had never quite seen anything like it.
Really?
For such an old, frail man, he was probably more powerful than I imagined.
Vimeris will sigh just slowly.
Is there anything we could help you with on the way? We are quite expensive, though quite effective. And Somei sort of looks at him again. We don't have time, Anton. We are already sort of behind. You wish to stay an extra night in Malmond, asking around about the little guy. And at this, Anton kind of blushes a bit.
Oh.
I noticed you're wearing very similar armor to him. Is there anything sort of going on between you two, or?
Vimeris is going to blush a little, and we're brothers. That's all we are, and all we will be, is brothers.
Brothers in arms?
Brothers in arms.
In each other's arms?
No, okay, we're... Not like that.
Of course, I did not mean to offend.
He
Just
might be
curious.
my favorite NPC. Also,
Not like that.
Is Stormbringer awake yet?
Probably not, no. She's probably going to need 8 hours or so, and we're only about 6 in.
Okay, so okay.
You're sure you didn't see anything out there?
No. Was I supposed to be looking for something? And Some leans in. It seems they were running from Malmond.
I think I'll go check out there.
Please, be our guest.
So I'll pick up my things and I want to take a patrol around our camp.
Some says, "Hey, real quick." And as you look at her, she tosses you a small stone.
What's
and it's
this?
a stone. It's got almost a little bit of some sort of blue crystal sort of inlined in it, ingrained to the core of it. You've never seen anything quite like it.
Where did you get this?
Well, he wouldn't believe me. Don't worry.
I'll make a face, but it's pretty, so I'll pocket it.
Well, I'll want
Thank
it
you.
back. It's just as you're looking around, might come in handy.
Oh. Well, maybe you should start with that, and I'll walk off.
So, like, was there a grand total of, 14 charisma on display around that campfire?
Total of it, yeah.
Up until Anton came back. Then it, went to 28.
So she kind of leans back, rests, puts her feet to the fire, that sort of thing. And Stormbringer, after a little bit, you wake up on your own, feeling quite rested, quite ready to go. And you sort of open your eyes, peer out of your tent, and you see Toro kneeling down, just waiting for you, sort of excitedly.
Yeah, let's arm wrestle.
Oh, about time! Come on!
Him.
He drags a large stone closer over to the fire, and then sort of puts his arm on the stone with a giant thud, and you're pretty sure you saw a piece just kind of break off of the rock.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll put my arm on the rock and.
Has her exhaustion gone away?
It has.
Okay.
So.
All right. Yeah. Give me an athletics check.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
He has a much larger arm than yours. So he's trying to kind of bunch up a little bit to make it a little equal. But you start pushing him backward. Go ahead and roll again.
Oh no, a 10.
At this, you see him go, and now he pushes you back to center. Roll again.
Okay, and I'm getting kind of pissed off that he's starting to beat me, so I'm gonna just start raging. Like my
Okay.
face gets all intense and terrifying again, and lightning's flashing around.
God, you've been up for only 30 seconds and you're already...
Hey, I have 4 spendings of it. Not spending.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, you're fine.
you do you.
All right, with advantage then.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, and at this, you sort of crick his wrist back just a little bit, which makes it so much harder. You almost have him beat. Just one more. Oh my gosh! You
Yeah, 2 crits in a row.
You slam his hand down, and now you break off a piece of the rock.
Yeah.
He is just all smiles. No one has ever beaten me at the wrestling of arms.
Good job, man. That was one of the best ones I've had in ever. You're tough, and I'll clap him really hard on the shoulder.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. You should take this piece of rock as a souvenir.
That's a good idea. I'll put the rock in my pocket. I'll remember this always. I mean, hopefully.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Apparently, I forgot someone else I did this with once, but I'm pretty sure I'll remember this always.
Yeah, please don't forget me.
I'll try
I'm
really
not-
hard not to.
I'm not gonna forget you. And he takes out a dagger, and he sort of slashes his hand on kind of the opposite side of his palm, and then he sort of holds it up and lets the blood sort of drip down. And you have no idea what that's about.
Yeah, that's a cut right there.
Aye. He's just staring at you.
I really want to wake up during this scene, by the way.
Please, yeah, you wake up when she slammed down his wrist. It sort of shook everything around.
I'll take out my dagger and slash my hand in the same spot and hold it up to him.
He sort of holds his hand high in the air.
Yeah, and I'll stick my hand in the air.
And at this, he seems completely satisfied. And he sort of goes back over, wanders over to the fire, and you see him sort of put the wound over the fire just a bit, as if to kind of cauterize it quickly.
I'm just kind of.
I'm still mimicking him, so I'll go over and do that too.
All right, you'll take a damage of fire damage here,
That's okay, I have resistance to fire.
and a bit of a burn on your hand, but it's not just a very, very light burn since you are,
Cool.
part fire.
I'm just kind
at
of.
this point.
You sort of see Charity looking out from his tent. Honestly, I don't know what else I expected. Sort of stretch, start packing my tent up.
Nice, yeah. So at this, Anton, you see Anton throw like a small little stone over at Burbage to kind of wake him up. Oh, you're awake. Oh, hello.
Well,
How's
stone
it
just hit me
going?
in the forehead.
Oh, that's weird. It must have been from the hill rolled down. Anyway, so what's your situation?
Burbage will slowly sit up. I guess his tent's like open, and he'll just kind of peek out.
Yeah.
What do you mean by situation? Do you mean like
What's your whole
spiritually?
what's your whole deal, you know?
My whole deal?
Yeah, talk to me.
Well, I'll get out of the tent and I'll kind of stretch a bit, and I'll say,
Whiskey?
sorry?
Would you like some?
Yes.
I'm gonna sort of look at Some while this is going on, and just be like, so yours is like this too?
Yes, I'm afraid so. I feel your pain if you must have traveled long with this one.
Yeah. Still just putting tents away.
A bit of whiskey, yeah, and he hands you kind of a wine, not a flask, but a wineskin, and it's filled with whiskey.
Oh, Jesus.
Go ahead and take a swig.
It's really powerful. It seems like homemade whiskey.
Well, I guess if I were to describe my situation, I would say that I'm a charming halfling rogue
Okay.
with a tortured past riddled with heartbreak and tragedy. I run the line between goofy and brooding, and until recently, I've been much of a loner. Until, of course, I met my current band of travelers, my family, Charity, the warlock tiefling, who
Okay.
has healed me so much and is so much of a square that I can barely stand him. But I love him.
Aye.
Stormbringer, the the barbarian.
Okay.
Who's not as intelligent as really anybody else in the family or anyone, is really the glue that holds the family together. And she fancies herself magical, but she's really not. She's very strong, though. And Vimeris, the handsome, dark, brooding druid, who I am just so... I just admire him so much. And we're a family now, and what can I say? My situation is that I'm no longer alone. I've got people who care about me, and I care about them. I'm going to take another swig of the whiskey. And that's changed me in
I see.
notable ways. One.
I'm just gonna gesture at Some. It's like this just all the time. All the time.
She sort of rolls her eyes.
I find myself considering the moral integrity of my actions a bit more than I used to. 2. I drink probably more now, but I feel worse about it because it's affecting people I care about. And 3, I've gotten laid precisely 0 times since I met them. So I can only imagine that they are very bad luck, and I feel bad about it.
I'm just gonna look. No, I'm pretty sure the bad luck has mostly been you.
That's quite the summary, Mr. Halfling.
He gave you the brief version.
I imagine that story would take a telling of 31 times, 4 hours roughly a time.
Smooth.
What are you talking about?
Episodes. Anyway,
Wait, no, what do you mean by that? Was that a math joke?
I'm sure it would take a very long time to tell your story.
Right,
met
yeah,
in
but you use
Yes,
these
you-
specific numbers, and I don't
Oh,
understand.
that's very weird. And you all met in Federo.
Yes, we met in Federo. I take another swig of the whiskey. Federo, a hot, dry city.
Oh,
A place that I'd come to call my home.
of course.
But recently, in the days and weeks leading up to my meeting with my current family, I'd started to feel brisk winds of cold, unnatural in that hot city of Federo. And around the same time, I met a high priest by the name of hold on.
Oh, wow.
God, we're really summarizing.
I didn't know this was a filler episode.
This is a clip show episode.
When did this become a last time on Dragon Ball Z?
Pawnway was his name. And he's the one who kind of got us all together, and, well, that's really all that can be said. You know? Do you know what I mean, Anton? By the way, Anton, I'm gonna go up to Anton. What position is Anton in right now?
He's sitting now, kind of up against a log.
Sitting up against a log. I'm gonna go and kind of just like kneel. I'm gonna do the Legolas kneel next to him.
Okay.
I'm not gonna smell the ground.
With your ear to the ground? Okay.
No, okay, yeah, my ears to the ground, but I'm gonna talk to him and I'm gonna say, by the way, Anton, I'm so sorry that I missed our date the other night. I know we were supposed to meet at 10 o'clock in the tavern, and
what?
my encore.
What held you back?
Oh, we were imprisoned.
You were, I'm sorry?
We were imprisoned in a pocket dimension in a treasure chest. We got trapped in there. Still don't know by whom. That was stressful. I had to climb some ropes attached to fucking arrows. And use a crowbar to open the chest. Wait till Ponway hears about that, you know?
Master Kemp, if you did not want to have drinks with me, you could have said so. You don't have to make up incredible tales.
No, it's not incredible tales. This is the God's honest truth.
I'm gonna sort of hold up my hand to sort of catch Anton's eye, like behind Burbage. And just sort of whisper to him, if he gets far enough like this, he has a hard time distinguishing dreams, reality, all of that. He really did. We ran into some issues with the fake guards.
Somebody cut off the rope ladder, and we got trapped in the pocket.
He was quite excited about the date, though.
All I could think about was the fact that I was missing my date with you. It's almost like if we were in some kind of tale, some kind of like story about our adventures, and then the adventure was over, and I'd walk out into the street and look around and be like, oh, I'm imprisoned. And everybody would be looking at me and be like, what's up? And I'll be like, oh, I had a date. And then the story would end. Do you know what I mean? Is anybody picking up on?
Nope, I'm afraid.
Like the last line of the story would be, I had a date.
Okay.
And
Who
it would be
was telling such a story? Is it a minstrel of some sort?
Oh, some Marvel minstrel.
It's a metaphor.
Oh.
He gets like this. He likes to he was very excited about the date, and I think he was very excited to have come across you again.
Anton, you're very attractive, and I haven't been laid in months.
I had heard that you were not so subtle.
There's actually an audible slap from Charity's forehead. God,
I did not know the extent to which you were not subtle.
You gave him the whiskey.
I did.
So if you're not going after me, what's your bounty right now?
And anyone watching this conversation would see Some kind of stand up at this point and kind of give Anton a look. No, Master Burbage, I'm afraid we couldn't tell you. What if you ran into them and warned them? That would be terrible.
Yeah, that makes total sense. That makes
No.
sense.
We absolutely need to catch them by surprise. We need to make sure they don't suspect anything when we lure them into our trap.
I've been caught by surprise before.
Have you?
I remember the time that we were looking for the Oni while traveling by caravan. The others had gone into the halfling village.
I'm just gonna sort of like pull him and like sort of be patting Burbage's hair. It's okay. Shh. It's okay.
Charity.
Have you met some good people along the way? I wish you would name them aloud for me.
Thump. Come on, buddy. You're fine. You should just... I don't know how long you're gonna have to sleep this off. We've met many people, though very few of them have been good.
Anton sort of looks into the wine skin and kind of sniffs it to make sure that it was whiskey, and then corks it up again. Some then motions him to the side to have kind of a private conversation.
Charity.
Yeah.
Charity.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I would, but would you ever sleep with me?
Damn.
I'm just gonna look at Burbage. You can ask me that question again when you're sober enough to remember my answer.
Oh,
Holy shit!
That's so sweet of you, Charity. You're such a good guy.
Just gonna.
I'm gonna touch his face.
Oh, okay. This is fine.
You're so good. You're so good. We are family. But let's just remember the family is a metaphor, right? Do you think that Vimeris is taking the family thing a bit too seriously? You know, a bit too literally? Do you think that's what's happening? And who was Arisa? What was she doing?
Why did you shout Arisa like that, Bourbon?
Why did you shout the second syllable of her name like that?
Are you okay, dude?
That whiskey was very good. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna sort of like look over to the side where our stuff is. I'm just gonna sort of very gently. I imagine Burbage is swaying somewhat anyway. Just sort of like going with that, slowly move him and deposit him in a backpack. And just like pick up the backpack and hand it to Stormbringer.
Okay, I've got the bird bag again, I guess.
I'm gonna very carefully reach up and like close the top flap. It's not latched, it's just over the top of it. Reopen the...
Burbage, you don't stop!
Oh no, I don't want to be in here. He's in here. He's in here.
What?
He's in here.
Burbage, there's no one in the bag with you. You take up all the space.
I'm gonna message to Stormbringer. I think he saw the ghost again.
Burbage, do we need to get you some help when we get to Wistomere?
What kind of help?
Like a therapist or an exorcist?
I don't believe in exorcism.
You might start.
It's never worked for me. I've gone to multiple exorcists and they're never a good fit.
Well, okay, we could try the therapist then.
What is that?
They talk to you until you feel better.
Would they sleep with me?
No, that's an ethics violation.
Ethics?
Yeah. It would be against their code of ethics, and then they'd lose their job and their license.
There's
So
got to be some, at least, like, chaotic neutral therapists who might at least consider it.
I mean, I really don't think they would. It would if they'd lose their jobs, their livelihood.
Shut up! I'm not talking to you!
Who are you? What?
Care? I don't care if I murdered you. It was for good reason, you piece of spectral garbage.
Are you sure you don't care? Maybe you feel guilty about murdering whoever this is, and that's why you keep thinking that they're there.
I'm gonna thrash. I thrash and thrash to get out of this goddamn burr bag. I'm
When
not
really the burr bag you want to get out of is your own skin, brother.
Yeah.
It's
Who
your
said
own
that?
Skin.
Who said that? Is that Anton?
Nope. that was
That was just
the voice
you?
in your head. Yeah, just voice in your head.
That's good.
Okay.
I will...
Vimeris, where are you?
I was patrolling.
That's right. Oh, okay.
Please
So
come
you're probably
back.
dead by now. Let me just see here.
Did I manage to get out of the bag?
Yes.
Probably. There's nothing holding you in it.
I've collapsed on the ground, and I'm just I'm flat against the ground, a la Gary Shambling, and I'm just saying, I don't feel guilt. I don't feel guilt.
Okay,
I'm not guilty.
but maybe
I don't feel guilt.
pat him gently on the back as gently as I can. Maybe we should find you someone to talk to, little Burbage man.
Maybe. But maybe all I've ever needed to talk to was the Abyss.
I don't think talking to the Abyss is helping.
Well, I'm gonna just give it a couple more weeks.
Okay, but you've been like this for a while, so...
I feel like
Like-
I'm now standing in front of like a pile of all of the tents that have been carefully disassembled, packed up. I've like loaded them back on the horses. Just like, what the hell's Vimeris?
I'll come back, but first I want to roll, or do I see anything out here?
You've now gotten a better view of the area, and you do see kind of a localized storm, what looks like, sort of coming more north from kind of your southeast area.
It looks like it's coming toward us.
It
Or-
does, very, very slowly, but it does seem to be coming this way, and the wind is actually kind of blowing sort of southeast. So this is quite unnatural, it seems.
Okay, and did I notice anything with this little token that I was given? Has it helped me in any way, or?
You actually kind of, if you take just a few minutes to kind of get a little attuned to it, you feel like it kind of just wants to float next to you. Like if you were to just put it in your hand in front of your face, it might actually just sort of hang in the air.
Okay, I'll put it in my pocket.
All right.
Like what, Stormbringer? Like what? I've been like what?
Fucked
What
up,
do you mean by
man.
that? Fucked up or fabbed up? Because I'm
No,
fabbed.
I mean fucked up.
Alright.
Okay, as I
Fine.
enter the camp, I'm gonna find Charity, and I'm gonna be like, "There's an unnatural storm coming our way. We should get out. We should get out of here."
Time to go. I'm going to sort of stand bow to them. It was a lovely evening. Goodbye.
And Some and Anton were sort of talking, and you, as you sort of turn to talk to them and tell them you're leaving, you do hear Anton say, but they don't know yet, but they don't even know. And then Some and Anton sort of look over at you and say, "Oh, of course. Perhaps our paths will cross again someday."
Indeed.
Wait, did nobody else?
I'm gonna
know
hand the
Anton just
token
said?
back.
Oh, thank you. Did it help your sight?
To be honest, I was a little wary of it, and I didn't use it.
It's probably wise, actually. You are a cautious person. That will take you far.
Hello,
Well, good
hello,
luck
everybody.
with-
Hi.
Well,
Just
yes.
I know I'm
Hello?
drunk.
Burback
I
Gambit.
know I'm
Burback
Are
Gambit.
you all? Wait, what? What happened while I was gone? I was gone 5
You just
minutes.
drink a lot of whiskey.
You got-
He's
you
a
got
smart
I
lot.
had
person.
Told
breakfast.
him everything about our
I
life.
had breakfast from Eris.
Oh God.
Okay, I'm
Why
gonna
didn't I get breakfast?
I'm gonna use my message cantrip to Charity.
Okay.
Didn't you hear what Anton just said about they don't know yet? What was he talking about? Shouldn't we investigate? I'm gonna
I did, but I would like to leave. In response, I did, but I would like to leave before the storm gets here. Remember, magical rain.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Were you going to warn Anton and Some about that, or just sort of leave?
Actually, I will. I'll point out the storm that seems unnatural, and I tell them to steer clear of it.
Ah. Oh,
And that's
excellent.
all.
Well, thank you for the tip. I appreciate it. And Anton comes over to you, Bourbon, and kind of claps you on the shoulder a little bit and leans down. Thanks for having breakfast with me, and, well, the next time I see you, we're totally gonna fuck.
Oh, right. Yeah, that sounds so good. I wish we had time now.
Right,
What were you
yes.
talking about just a few seconds ago when you said they didn't even know? They don't know yet? What were you talking about? Tell me.
I don't
Tell
know
me.
if that's for to say, actually.
Tell me.
Maybe,
Tell me.
Maybe just return to Federo as soon as you can, perhaps.
What does that mean? If you want to fuck me, you will tell me the truth right now, Anton.
Look, you really should get going. I'm afraid I couldn't live with myself if I held you up too long.
Fine. But just know this. When we do fuck, I'm gonna make it like a 7 or an 8. Rather than the usual Burbage 10.
Thank you?
Please give him inspiration for that.
Burbage,
It's not a
you get
good thing.
inspiration for that.
I'm gonna... Can I get
Just
on my
all of
horse?
That's the single
Well-
best threat I've ever heard in D&D.
I love it.
Am I on my horse? Could I get on my horse? Maybe
You're
we're
probably on your
now.
horse backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're trotting away, and you're facing them as you're leaving them. You are definitely backwards on your horse. Some definitely gives you a little bit more directions, Vimeris, so that you feel you've narrowed it down to. Your circle is probably now in this area. You're maybe a day's ride or so from Wistomere.
So our circle's there. Where was the storm?
The storm was down here, south, kind of coming northwest a bit.
All right.
All right. So you get on with it, trudging your way through the wilderness, going at a slow pace. Still, I assume. Covering tracks, trying to be as sneaky as you can.
I am
go ahead
actually
and
going to be wearing my robes and mask now from here on out.
Excellent. Okay.
Also,
Good.
do I feel like if we move at that type of pace, we'll keep outpacing the storm?
Yes. Yeah. It's a very slow moving.
Yeah, then we do that.
Okay.
Fleeing the storm, family and I are fleeing the storm, the magical storm with the magical rain. It smells like pop.
How old is
in the
Burbage?
windowsill. Burbage is 99 years old.
Burbage, your birthday is coming up as well.
Ooh,
It's probably
birthday
in a couple weeks actually. And you'll turn
Wow.
100.
That's awful. I hate Burbage hates that.
Giving you now some more existential angst.
Did
As if he
Burbage
didn't
just
have enough.
remember that?
He just remembered that, yeah.
Fleeing the storm, fleeing the storm, fleeing the storm of mortality.
Yeah, Burbage, you're a mess.
Charity is gonna kind of like look back at Burbage as he's riding. It's just like the song changed. Why did the song change?
He's just a mess.
You've gone now a few hours. It's getting toward evening. You're getting fairly close to Wistomere, actually. It's kind of a small town, so you're not actually seeing it yet through the trees or anything. You do see then a road up ahead, through the trees. You've been cutting basically through the wilderness, and this is the first kind of civilization you've actually seen in quite a while. And the road is cutting east to west, and there's a carriage with lights on traveling east along the road, sort of toward the mountain. And then you see behind them probably about 5 or 6 horses galloping very, very quickly along the road. No lights that they're carrying specifically, and they're heading toward that carriage.
Do they seem like they're pursuing the carriage, or are they escorting the carriage?
It's a little difficult to tell. Give me a perception check, whoever wants to look a little closer. Maybe
Boop.
2 of you.
Boop. 17.
Burbage, you do it. Oh wait, no,
So-
Burbage, you're drunk. Don't do it.
And looking the other way.
That
Yeah.
could be a benefit.
No, never will be.
No.
And Vimeris is 19.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You don't believe that they're with the carriage. Though, Vimeris, you also get the sense that they're not necessarily pursuing the carriage. They just happen to be galloping very quickly in that direction.
There's no emblem that they're wearing. No.
They are all Goliaths on very large draft horses that you notice. And they are carrying a banner behind them.
I'm going to.
Hey!
Oh yeah, I'm gonna look at Stormbringer and point at the banner.
Do I recognize the banner?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna
That's-
point the opposite direction of them. Hey, we should go that way, you guys!
That's south.
I'm going that way.
No, that's back towards the storm, which is apparently now our own mortality.
I'll take my chances. I don't really believe in death, so it should be okay.
Then why are you so afraid of these guys?
I'm not afraid of anything.
It seems like you're afraid, Stormbringer.
I'm not afraid of anything.
Then why don't we
You're
go to
afraid.
Wistomere?
Because I don't want to go to Wistomere.
To be fair,
Well-
that group is not actually going to Wistomere,
Are they
correct?
not? Okay,
No,
then
no,
let's
they,
go to
they
Wistomere.
look to actually be coming from that area.
Okay, let's just go away from them for a little bit, and then we can go to Wistomere. Let's just wait till they're away, okay?
Why are you trying to avoid them, Stormbringer?
I'm not trying to avoid anyone.
No secret.
Not a
Family
secret.
doesn't keep secrets from each other.
Look, I mean, they just might have a problem with me for some reason.
Stormbringer.
Worse than what Burbage did?
It's like literally.
Roughly equivalent to what Burbage did.
tell
Anyway, let's go away.
Almost by the end of this conversation, they've passed you now on the road, and doesn't seem like they're slowing down at all. They're riding pretty heavily toward the east now.
Hello,
Okay.
carriage.
Okay.
Hello,
Burbage?
hello.
I'm gonna clap my
How
hand
are
over Burbage's
you?
mouth.
Okay.
Like, that's like over his mouth and his nose. I'm not sure he can breathe. He is much smaller than me.
Burbage, how loud were you being?
Oh, way loud.
Okay. One of the riders of the Goliath jerks his head toward the woods as they're passing you, and kind of slows up a little bit, and sort of shouts something back to the others. It's a female with long dreads, standing astride her horse. She kind of very cautiously is now looking into the woods. And Stormbringer, are you just on your horse with Burbage, your hand over Burbage's mouth?
I'm like crouching down on my horse, trying to make myself small and normal size looking, with my hand over Burbage's mouth / nose.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Ugh.
All right, 9. The carriage sort of slows as the rider in front of it has now kind of come to a stop and is now peering into the woods. And the rider sort of shouts from a distance. I mean, you're still maybe 100 feet away or so, but you can see each other. And the rider sort of shouts, "Who skulks in the woods?"
I'm not answering. I'm
do
clamping my hand over Burbage's mouth and pretending I'm not here.
Am I still conscious?
It hasn't been like 2 minutes or anything.
Yes, you're still conscious, Burbage.
I'm going to message Cantrip to Burbage. If you'd shut up, she'd probably let go. I like that you're drunk enough that you can't even, like, mentally respond to me.
The rider is now motioning the carriage further on, so that they can get going, and whatever danger might be in the woods, this person could. Who is it that skulks in secrets and in shadows?
I'm gonna to sort of turn to Vimeris. If they look like they're going to murder me, help me.
Do we just want to retreat back into the woods and then make our way around?
And
I think that's a good idea. Let's do that.
Okay. And then shadows will embrace the party.
Whoa. At this, the rider has a very difficult time gauging where you are, where you were. You see, as you're sort of leaving very quickly, then you see the rider advance kind of further into the woods. Almost out of earshot then of it, you hear the rider sort of yell, "Stormbringer!"
I'm just gonna keep riding.
And then just barely on the wind in the distance, "Sister, is that you?"
I don't think I have a sister, you guys, unless my dad, had other kids. But I don't know how she'd recognize me anyways. Is Burbage dead?
I'm gonna sort of reach over and, take Burbage's pulse.
He's not. He's just very sleepy at this point.
I'm like, no, he's... I hesitate to say fine. He's not dead.
Okay, good. I don't want him dead. He just needs to not be so loud when he's drunk. He's still making noises.
I feel like at this, I'm actually, basically I'm gonna, sort of hold open one of his eyes and, light one of my fingers, so I'm, almost checking him for a concussion.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just still drunk, but he's moving towards losing consciousness, I'd say.
Sturminger's hand is still over my mouth and nose, right?
Well, mouth, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she was specifying it was covering everything.
It was... Yeah, so I think it would, right?
Yeah.
Her hand is probably the size of his face.
Well, you could cover just his mouth. It's just at that point you'd basically be holding him for a choke slam.
So either way, I'm choking him.
No. You wouldn't have to be squeezing the throat. But I'm just saying you're either holding essentially his head or his mouth and probably neck. Pick your target.
Head.
So you are far. You've gotten definitely out of range of any sort of shouting, or you cannot see this figure. You cannot see the road anymore. You've doubled back. You do feel the air getting a bit chillier as you move south again. So probably the storm will catch up soon, or you should turn around and head a bit more northwest toward Wistomere.
Well, and they were heading west to east, right? So if they've continued, they're going to have cut that way, and we have Pass Without Trace on right now.
We do, for an hour.
So we can move full speed northwest, and we're not leaving any tracks.
And I would also like to turn towards Stormbringer, and I expect an explanation.
I let go of Burbage's face so he can breathe normally.
Not now. You don't need to explain things now, but I would like to know.
Yeah, sure, totally. Explanations will be really
When you're ready.
explanatory. When I'm ready?
Possibly slightly
You're
before
ready.
you're ready.
Unless they decide to chase us.
They can't. You cast a spell.
That's why I expect an explanation for helping you.
Well, family helps each other, Vimeris.
And family doesn't keep secrets.
It's not a secret.
Then why aren't you telling us? It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Just
matter. Not right now. We need to go.
not.
We just need to go. Okay.
I'm gonna stare right at Stormbringer, and I'm gonna sing, "Fleeing her past, fleeing."
Burbage, I'm gonna
her
grab your
past."
face again if you don't stop.
All right.
Fair enough. You make it to about the river. And you do see the lights to Wistomere. It is a small town. There's definitely several large water mills using the river to power some milling. There's a small bridge that goes over the river to connect the two sides of the town. And other than that, it looks kind of like a somewhat poor establishment. There seems to be very little merrymaking in the streets at this time of night, which at this point it's probably about 10 or so in the evening. Would you like to ride into town or rest outside for the night? You're a little worried about resting outside because the storm might catch up, but that's up to you.
I'm gonna turn to Vimeris. What are the odds that the elf with 3 scars is going to recognize you?
I honestly don't know. As we were traveling, how long did it take us to get to this point again?
Probably about 4 hours more.
Okay, so for the first 3 hours, I'm gonna continually keep Pass Without a Trace up.
Okay.
Just so we don't leave any track for
Right.
3 hours.
Very good.
But yeah, I'll answer Charity with, I honestly don't know.
Well, I suppose if you're not the one to hand in the horses, it shouldn't be. We might want to get into town.
I agree.
All right. You trot into town. It's wooden buildings on every side. Just off the road to the right, you definitely see the stable areas. And a small house next to the stables, probably where the stable master is. A few lights burning inside.
Do I see an inn?
Further up the road, definitely, you see probably like an inn/tavern area.
We'd probably ride all the way up to that, I would think.
Okay. You just just before you get to the inn, you really start to see people kind of in the streets then. There's not many of them. There's a few of them. You see a dwarven couple, and he sort of bows very, very low to the ground, near like his beard brushing the dirt on the road. And he says, "Welcome to Wistomere. Who are you?"
I'm gonna bow. We are travelers. We were heading north to Pursbury. This is Wistomere then? We took a wrong turning and lost the road.
Oh well, yes, of course you found it. We're a bit small, so I'd say you're lucky.
Yes. Oh, thank goodness.
Yes. Well,
And I'll sort of point at the inn. Is this the local inn?
oh yes, the Droopy Knob. It's just right over here. It's a tavern inn. Most all things you need for traveling.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Oh yes, no, of course. There have been lots and lots of whispers of strangers. Don't be so surprised if you are met with a bit of a cold shoulder now and then.
Wistomere.
Oh, yes, I like this one. We should put that on the poster.
The poster?
Oh, yes, we're trying to get more people to come to Wistomere.
Mm,
Maybe if they think that we're full of secrets, they'll come.
I could see that.
Oh, I'm so sorry. By the way, I'm the mayor. My name is Efrix.
Efrix?
Wistomere.
Okay. Your friend knows where he is. Perhaps he doesn't need the tavern part as much as the inn. He needs a little bit more. He needs a little bit more droopy than Knob, if you know what I mean.
I think you disagree.
I don't get it.
I'm just going to look at her and once again imitating that dock hand from way back in Federo. Sexual.
Oh.
Sexual. Oh god, I love it.
But yes, the road has taken its toll. Thank you so much, Your Honor? Excellence?
Excellence is fine. Your Honor was my father.
So you've moved up in the world.
I. Yes, well. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you!
Jesus!
What was that?
That was his wife.
That's terrifying.
Was she standing next to him?
She was, yeah, and they're walking away. You hear her say, "They were lovely people!"
What's wrong with that woman?
They make a good couple.
Okay.
So do you head into the inn, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a hitching post to stable. Your horse is outside. Basically, the streets again are covered in just dirt and mud at this point. So you kind of wipe your feet on the wooden stairs as you step up to the tavern. And as you're stepping inside, there's a gentleman that comes out. He's got a large black rimmed hat on. And he sort of bumps into you, Vimeris, accidentally, and he says, "Oh, sorry for that. Didn't look where I was going. I had a few to drink." And he sort of tips his hat at you. But you didn't quite get a look at his face.
I will nod very slightly.
And he moves out, and then sees you, Stormbringer, bows very low, and when he comes up, he has a flower in his hand, and you're not exactly sure where it came from.
It's a doom lily.
It's a small yellow flower. No, just a yellow flower, and he hands it to you.
We've had bad experience with flowers, but thank you, and I'll hand it back to him.
He takes his hat off then, and sort of nods to you, and looks very slowly, like in slow motion, back over to you, Vimeris, and you see an elf scarred 3 times across the face. That concludes tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. If you enjoyed this and are curious to see where the story goes, please follow us on Twitch, where we are simply Helpful Goat, or subscribe to us on YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming. We are a small independent game design firm, could really use the support. If you'd like to know more about us, our streams, our company, our upcoming projects, you can visit helpfulgoat.com, follow us on Twitter at Helpful Goat, or check out our Facebook page at Helpful Goat. Thank you everyone for playing this evening. Had a really good time. What fun. And thanks so much for watching. We immensely appreciate it. And from all of us on Goats and Dragons, we wish you an excellent evening. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.